he's getting it now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Heavy Metal Customs. We're back to work on the 68 Mustang conversion and custom project. Yeah, I did a lot of custom on this. If y'all haven't seen the previous videos, you really need to go back and check them out. I think you'll enjoy it. But today what we're going to do is, first off, get back on this rear end. You've seen the last video, you know I liked making the mounts for the shock against the frame. Well, that's what I'm doing right now. I just got through making them up. I've got them outside drying because I cleaned them. I'm going to get some primer on them. Get them things dry and primed, and I'll let you check them out and explain to you how I made them, and we'll get them installed. Alright guys, here's what we got. We're done. Took a flat plate, a couple of holes in her, then another flat plate, and a gusset, and I welded the crap out of it. I did a little welder turned up on 4. I was going nice and slow, and I did get some good penetration on this thing. And went ahead and primed her up. And I've done one for the left, one for the right. Now let me go ahead and show you an install. Alright, I decided we'll just do the driver's side, since I've already got some bolts up here. But basically, these two holes here correspond with the holes that are already in this frame piece. And she just slides in there. Yeah, I got to get some good grade A bolts, right length, and all that jazz. But them bolts just slide up in there. And as you see, if I can get this thing pushed down, here's a wore out shock, ain't much. But there you go. And then you got a top that'll go on that. It tightens it down here. I believe once this is tightened down good, this is tight. I may put a plate on this back side, just a little bit better safe than sorry. But I think that that'll work out pretty good. Well, I thought I was cool with the way them shocks mounted up, but I was not. Here's the issue. And the shock's over here, of course it's at an angle, which wouldn't be no super bad thing. I mean, it ain't gonna kill nothing. But the issue is, it would hit right here. It's not hitting now. Of course, as that plastic moved, you can see there's a steel part of the shock in there. It was barely touching right here. Well, we can't have that. And besides, I think I would rather have the shock more in a straight line than at an angle. So what I'm going to do here is I'll probably end up cutting this tab here off. Leave this tab, run a bolt through here, and then we'll make another tab holder that goes here, that goes to there. And yes, we're recycling. We can use this piece right here as our tab holder. So yeah, let me see if I can get that nut out of there and figure out where we're going to cut this thing here and get that all hooked up. I know it seems like I'm sort of nitpicking, guys. In a way I am, but in a way I'm not. We can't have the shock touching the frame, and we want to keep our geometry and our suspension correct. I've got everything up there adjusted out, so the rear end looks like it's sitting really square in the vehicle from my tape measure it is. So now we just got to figure out these shocks and get them mounted in. And of course our springs, I believe, are too long. We can order springs. But yeah, let me get this stuff cut and we'll see what we can do with it. Got that clean and some of the well-through primer on there. And what I did, I just made me a little cardboard template. And this will go over there like so. Sitting there like that, and that'll take up that gap there too, so give us some good welding points there. And I just took my template and transferred it to a piece of metal. Well, 2 pieces of metal. And I got them sitting out here. I'm getting some primer on them. Dry a little quicker outside. And there we are. Yeah, once they're welded in and just a little bit of finessing, them will work great. And as you see, she'll fit right in there. Yeah, perfect. Of course, what we're going to do is cram it up there. We'll knock this bolt out and drop this control arm. We don't want to get these bushings hot when we weld. But yeah, that ought to do pretty well. Let me go ahead and get both of them burned in, and then we'll see what it turned out like. And there we have it. Got them welded on there pretty well. It'll hold really well here, and shock is pretty much straight up and down. There's a slight angle, but that's not bad, and it's not hitting the frame. Same on this side, looks really good. Now for those of y'all nitpicking at this point, I know this looks a little ugly through here, but don't worry. When I take the rear end out in order to clean it and paint it and all that jazz, I still got some welding to do up here, I still got some welding to do over on this other side, and I'm going to get some weld on the inside of that piece. I will get more weld on this stuff and get it ground down smooth, where it's just a nice transition down through there. Of course, this will be out of the way, and I can do some more welding and more grinding. We'll get that really nice finished look. But for now, we're going after functionality. And yeah, it functions. I was just checking my geometry on the rear end. What I've done here, I dropped it down. Yeah, I've still got these big old 19s on here. And I mean, it's tucking some tire. Well, if it had a rim that was a little more offset than this, it would really tuck some tire. But he doesn't want that big lowered look. But what I'm after is the travel on the suspension. I want to make sure there's plenty there and there's nothing binding up. And what I look and what I've been doing too is measuring right here on each side. Everything is running very well, looking good. I don't think I need any rear end bumpers here, because even a shorter coil spring, by the time you mash it that far, it ain't going no more. That's a short distance. And we have the bumper that goes here, and it's pretty close already. But we'll recheck all of that once we get it all put together. But yeah, that's looking pretty good, guys. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw the springs back in it. Got the springs stuck back in there. Our suspension travel is still working good as far as our geometry goes. But man, without no weight in this car, them springs really set this thing on up there. Yes, it does. But we'll have to see once we get weight in the car. I was thinking 1 inch lower in springs, but I want to keep them a progressive rate spring for that nice smooth ride. We may have to go 2. But we'll see once we get weight in her. But that has got our rear end done up. Our geometry looks good. It works well. There's nothing binding. Yeah, I think that'll do. Well guys, there you have it. That's our finish up on the 8.8 rear end install. Glad I took the time to move them shocks over a little bit. I think that was well worth it, and it'll be better ride geometry, and the car will handle and drive better for it. Well, all we lack now is ordering some new shocks, getting some new springs, and we'll get new isolators with them as well. And we still have to pull the rear end out from underneath the car and get it cleaned up, get new seals in it, get new fluid in it, and get it painted. But that will come later. I'm just going to leave it underneath there for now as we're doing other stuff. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed doing it. I'm having a real blast working on this 68 Mustang. If you would, throw me down some comments. If you're able, hit us up on the super thanks below. And please like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Look next week for another video on this thing, because I know we're going to get into something else. In the meantime, appreciate it, and we hope that everyone has a fantastic day.